All right, so if you use AI to help you code, you know it can be an absolute game changer. But you also know the frustration, right? What if you could make it not just a little better, but like 10 times smarter? Well, we're going to dive into a really powerful method from a solo developer that does just that. It turns your AI assistants from a generic tool into a true coding partner.
I mean, this quote just nails a huge frustration, doesn't it? How many times has your AI copilot just gone off the rails and invented features or suggested something that makes absolutely no sense for the app you're building? The method we're looking at today is designed to fix that exact problem. It's all about grounding your AI in the reality of what you're actually trying to build.
So how do you actually do it? Well, the secret isn't some new, fancier AI model. Nope, it's all about changing how you communicate with it. And it all comes down to creating one specific document that basically acts as your AI's brain. But before we even get into building that brain, we need to talk about a really crucial mindset shift. It's about raising the bar for what we're creating in this new age of AI.
Think about it. We are just seeing this flood of apps that, yeah, they work, but they feel kind of cheap, unfinished. The old idea of shipping a minimum viable product, an MVP, just doesn't impress anyone anymore. The standard for quality is it's higher now.
So this is the alternative. Instead of an MVP, the goal is now an SLC. Simple, lovable, and complete. The idea is your scope might be really small and focused, but whatever you ship feels polished, delightful, and genuinely finished. The core question completely shifts from, does it work, to, is it actually a joy to use?
And this right here is key. This is the exact line that goes at the very top of the project document. It's like a declaration of quality. It sets the standard for you and for your AI copilot right from the very beginning. It's basically an instruction saying, hey, don't suggest clunky workarounds. Help me build something great.
Okay, so how do you actually enforce this new higher standard? You do it with one central tool, a product requirements document, or PRD. But this one is treated like a living, breathing part of your project.
Now, this is not some dusty corporate document that gets written once and then forgotten about. No, the PRD.md is a simple text file, a markdown file that lives right there inside your code repository. This is huge because it means your AI can read it, it can understand it, and it can use it as its single source of truth. It becomes the ultimate context for everything. So, what actually goes into this file? Well, it all boils down to three really powerful components. First, you define the big picture overview. Then, you lock down the boundaries. And finally, you detail all the granular UX flows. Let's break each of those down.
Step 1 is all about the what and the why. You have to get really specific here. You're not just building an NFC app. You're solving a specific problem that the current tools are clunky for a specific audience of power users and creators. When you feed your AI that level of specific detail, its suggestions become so much more relevant. It stops thinking about generic users and starts designing for your users.
Okay, this second step, this might be the most important one. It's about telling the AI what not to do. This is how you stop those weird AI hallucinations. By clearly defining your pricing model, your technical logic, and crucially, what is out of scope, you force the AI to stay focused. We are not building an iPad app. We are not adding iCloud sync. You're building a fence for your AI to play inside of.
And finally, you get hyper-specific about how the app actually works. You don't just say, there's a write tab. You detail every single interaction, the live byte estimate, the capacity check, the undo button that appears after a write. You even write out the friendly error messages. And why do all this? Because now you can ask your AI to literally audit your code against these very specific rules.
And the real power here, the thing that makes this whole system work, is that the document is alive. It is not set in stone. Every single time you fix a bug or get a new user insight or change a feature, you update the PRD. This ensures your AI copilot is never working with outdated information. It's always perfectly in sync with your project.
Okay, so we've built this awesome living document. Now what? How does it actually transform your day-to-day workflow? Well, this is where the magic really happens. The PRD stops being just a plan for you, the human, and it becomes the direct input for your AI. You literally copy and paste sections of it right into your prompts to give your AI perfect, unshakable context for every single request you make. For instance, instead of a vague request like, "Make me a right screen," you can now prompt the AI with the exact UX flow from your PRD. And the result? You get code that's incredibly close to what you actually need because it's built on the detailed decisions you've already made.
And it works for way more than just UI. By defining your business logic in the PRD, you can ask the AI to generate precise test cases that cover all your defined scenarios: free, pro, purchase, refund. This automates a huge amount of tedious work and it ensures total accuracy.
And here it is, maybe the most powerful use case of all, code auditing. Because you've defined exactly how those error messages should work, you can now ask your AI to scan your code and tell you if it matches the spec. It's like having an automated code reviewer who knows your project inside and out.
So the payoff for all this upfront work is massive. You get less chaos. The AI stops hallucinating weird features. The code it generates actually fits your app's logic, and you get more peace of mind. Ultimately, your AI evolves from being a generic, sometimes confused tool into a true teammate that's deeply invested in your project.
By adopting this method, your PRD stops being just a static checklist. It becomes the active, living brain for your AI copilot, helping you build better, more polished software and do it faster. So the real question to ask yourself is this: are you ready to give your AI a brain